welcome back to my channel. In today's video I thought I would film a Q&A for you. Jackson is not well. Basically this is the morning he normally goes to nursery and I get loads of stuff done, but he's had a really funny tummy, so I thought I would just film a Q&A. He's just having a little sleep now. I was gonna wrap and do the Q&A at the same time, but actually I think it's going to be a little bit too noisy, so I'm just going to film this. I put out something on Instagram and said ask me anything, so I'm just going to run through the questions and I hope you enjoy it. I'm so sorry I've missed a few videos over Vlogmas. It is really hard doing daily uploads when you're also trying to raise 3 small humans and plan Christmas and your husband's birthday and your son's birthday. Like, I don't know why I was thinking taking it on, but I really wanted to challenge myself and put out as much content as I possibly could. But anyway, with all that said, let's get into the questions. The first question, I haven't actually read these, by the way, I'm just literally like off the cuff gonna go through them. But the first question is from Emma Bellingham, and she says, are you heading away this Christmas? So you may remember last Christmas we went to Center Parcs for the Christmas period, but on Christmas Day, little Jackson, he was only 1, he tripped over a present and he smashed into the fireplace and we had to go to A&E and it was all very traumatic. So not that that's put me off, it's just that I feel like let's just stay at home where we know, like let's just have it at home. But we are actually going to Center Parcs on the 2nd of January, I think, because the boys don't actually go back to school until the 7th, so we have a nice bit of time that they're off. So I know some people don't love Center Parcs, but we love it for our family. Like the bikes, the swimming, it's all really up the boys' street. Like they just love being outdoors and they do fireworks and it's just really, really good. I actually, the last time we went, someone reported me to the ASA and said that I was filming at Center Parcs, but I wasn't claiming it was an ad. And the reason that was because it wasn't an ad. Like, we pay to go, like happy to send my receipts to anyone who's interested, but we just like going there. So yeah. Next question is there anything you would change about your life? No, I don't think, because it's all brought me to here and meeting Matt and having the boys, I think it's happened exactly the way it needed to happen. Although like some things haven't obviously been great, I think when you're truly over something, you can say, actually, I'm glad all that happened because it's brought me to today. The next question is from someone that I cannot pronounce their name, but they have asked, how do you stay so calm and humble? And that is actually a question I get asked a lot. How do I stay so calm? But I feel sometimes like I must be like a duck that is on water looking all like calm, and then under the water their legs are going like crazy. That's how I actually feel. I do think that I am quite chilled out and I let things go. I'm actually reading a book at the moment called Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, and it's so good. I would totally recommend it. But I think I'm quite good at like letting things go, or like not getting upset about stuff. Like if the kids were to accidentally break my favorite cup or something, which happened last week, you know, you can buy another cup. Like I think you do have to have perspective. I have actually made a video about how to be a calm and happy parent, so I will link that one down below as well. The next question, which is one I get a lot as well, is what is your height and your weight? She said, don't worry if you don't want to say, but it's fine. I think sometimes when I show outfits and things, people want to know what my height is and stuff. So I'm 5'3", so I'm very short, and at the moment I'm just under 9 stone, which is 8 stone 13. I've sort of been maintaining that for a little while now. I had wanted to lose a few more pounds, but it's just not really coming off because I love treats and I love takeaways once a week. So I think I've just accepted that I'm like pretty happy where I am at the moment. I am gonna make a video about how I lost the weight, but the main ways is having no wine in the house. I got in a really bad habit of, like, if I'd had a bad day, I'd have a couple of glasses of wine, which, you know, so many calories. Also upped my water intake, and I've just stopped eating the boys' leftovers. Like, I got a question asking who is more jealous, me or Matt? But neither of us are very jealous people at all. I think that's why I love being with him. Like, life with Matt is just easy. Like, we've been together for 14 years now. We'll actually be married for 10 years in July. And it's just like, I feel like I just know what's going on. Like if Matt says he's gonna call, like this is when we were dating, he would always call. He just does what he says he's gonna do. He's just a really easy person to live with, and I just love that about him. Like previous to Matt, I had a couple of boyfriends, and I remember thinking like, should a relationship be this hard? Like this is really hard work. So I think when I met Matt and he was just so easy, I was like, yes, like, and obviously he's so handsome. Someone asked, what was our favorite country that we visited when we traveled the world together? So when we met, we went traveling for 7 months and we did like a round the world ticket. We loved so many places, like New Zealand, Australia were both amazing. But when we went to certain places in Asia, I think because we didn't know what to expect, it was almost like a really nice surprise. Like going to places like Laos and Cambodia were so undeveloped. Like there were no McDonald's, there were no Starbucks, and the people were just so warm and lovely, even though they'd been through war and, you know, had horrible things happen. Yeah, it's just so beautiful as well. So I think, yeah, and Vietnam was amazing. Like we would go back there. Yeah, we just loved it. So yeah, I think Laos, Cambodia, Vietnam, Thailand, that whole like circle that we did was incredible. And Bali was amazing. Fiji was amazing. There's so many places, I can't choose, sorry. Someone asked what my top tips for weaning a baby are, and having now weaned 3 babies, I feel like I finally have found something that works. So with Fraser, it was 8 years ago, it was a long time ago. It was very much just purees back then. Baby-led weaning wasn't really a thing, so I would buy everything up, puree it all, freeze it all, and feed it to him, and that was all fine. And I think it actually suits Fraser. He is very clean, like he was never into messy play. Like the whole spoon-fed thing really worked for him. Then with Caleb, I was like, I'm gonna try this baby-led weaning thing. So we did that more, and he loves mess, and it just suited him so much. He really loved baby-led weaning, but then I found it harder to then introduce a spoon with baby-led weaning. So they got so used to just shoving things into their mouth. When they got to the age of over 1 and I was like, here's a spoon, they were a bit like, screw that, I'm just gonna eat like this. So then I found it harder to get them to use utensils. So with Jackson, we did a mixture of both. I think that is the best way. Baby-led weaning with a spoon. So you've got puree and you're going in, so the stuff is actually going in, but they can hold all of these other bits. So I think a mixture is the way to go. Someone said, what's your favorite thing about working from home? So I always dreamt of working from home. As soon as I had children, I just want to be around for them. And I thought it would be this amazing, easy thing, but actually it's such a juggle, and I never know when to switch off. There's no boundary of like coming in from the office. It's not like I'm home now, so I'm not working. It's like I work at home, so I work all the time. So that's probably the hardest thing, but the best thing is being able to do like all the school runs and go to every school play and go to every sports day and stuff like that. Like I'm around for the kids, and I never had that as a child. Like my mum used to work so hard. She would get in late. She used to leave us instructions of like how to make the dinner. So she would leave everything like prepped, but she'd be like, turn the oven on, put it in, blah, blah. Like it must have been so hard for her. And yeah, so I just really wanted to be able to work from home. The next question is, how do you cope with criticism from teachers, grandparents, etc. about your children? So we haven't had loads of that, but if it's someone you know or related to, I do think whatever they're saying is coming from a good place, even though sometimes it can be offensive. Like when I only had my first child, I would get offended about anything, because it's such a personal thing. You're trying your best to raise them, and then someone can just say, oh, you should do that, or you shouldn't do that. But if you just try and think it's coming from a good place, and then just ignore what they're saying, because at the end of the day, it's your child, you're the mother, you know them best. And I think over the years, I finally realized that actually, no, I know my child best. There's been so many situations when you say yes to something, but you don't really think they'll like it, and then you do it, and then you regret it. So I think there is just a lot to be said for that gut feeling, so just go with it. Someone has asked, what is the best and worst thing about being a YouTuber? So the best thing for me is that I get to do a job that I really love. I feel really passionate and excited about. I really love making videos, and I think I'll be here on YouTube until I'm old and grey, like until it shuts down. Like if I'm 80 and YouTube is still going, I'll be like, hi guys, this is how you put your dentures in. But the worst thing is the trolls. But you do get hardened to them over time. Like there's only so many times you can hear something and then it kind of, you become numb to it. So I am like kind of getting over the whole troll thing, and I also don't see a lot of it now because I filtered all of my comments. The next question is, do you ever feel overwhelming pressure to be the perfect wife and mother? Yes, I think we all do. I think especially in the beginning when I had my first son, well, like when we were just a couple, it was really easy to keep the house so clean and so nice and have dinner ready every night and all of that. As soon as you throw a child into the mix, like all of that goes out the window. So I think in the beginning, I put a lot of pressure on myself. If the house wasn't clean and people were coming over, I would stress. The second and third baby, I was a lot more like, help yourself to some tea, like sort yourself out, because I've got a newborn and I can't do everything. So I think I'm more relaxed now, but having a channel and putting my life online adds pressure. I almost, sometimes when I put a video out, I can preempt what people are going to say about it, or like what people are not going to like about it. Like I used to love to make what I eat in a day videos or what I feed my children videos, but now every time I think about making a video like that, I just think, oh no, someone's going to say I've given them too much sugar today, or I shouldn't give them meat, or I shouldn't give them cow's milk, or I shouldn't, like all of that. It does bring you down. And then I think, oh, do you know what, I'll just do a day in the life, or I'll just do a hacks video, because they're like less offensive. And I know I probably shouldn't be like that, but it's, yeah, it does make you, then you think, oh, maybe like I let the kids have Nutella on the weekend. You know, I was allowed that when I was little. But you know, then people are like, you, like the sugar police are like, you shouldn't do that. But I'm not the perfect wife or mother. I don't think anyone is. Someone said, do you wear a wedding ring? And I am wearing my wedding ring. This is it here. Yeah, so this is my engagement ring and my wedding ring. It has 3 little sapphires in it, which represent the boys. So I love that. Quite a few people noticed that I wasn't wearing it for about a year and a half. And the reason I wasn't wearing it is because my fingers were too fat for it to fit on. And not fat, you know what I mean? I just hadn't lost the baby weight. Like I really held on to this 3rd baby weight, and I couldn't squeeze it onto my finger. But now that I have lost the weight, it is back on where it belongs. Someone said, you look stunning. Have you ever had braces? So I haven't had braces, but I have had 2 composite veneers, and I've made a video about it. So I had 2 teeth, which were a different size to my other teeth. They were called minute teeth. So I've had 2 composite veneers. They were really reasonable because they're not like proper, they're like plastic veneers, but they're really, really good. And I'm so pleased because it's given me like the bite and the look that I really, really wanted. So I'll link that video down below if you're interested. Someone asked, why do you do so many ads? And I do get this question quite a lot. But when I started my channel 4 years ago, it was very much a hobby. And then I got to about 20,000 followers and I started getting approached by a few brands, and I was like, oh my gosh, this could be a business, and maybe I could quit my day job as a marketing manager. And that happened when Jackson was about 1. I've been doing this for about 3 years, and I was like, I think I can make this work. But obviously I do need to earn an income. Like we're a household that requires 2 incomes, like Matt works, but we've got 3 kids and all these things, you know, outgoings. So I do need to earn a wage. So I'm really pleased that I'm able to work with brands to make an income. I'm so proud that brands want to work with me and my channel, like people like Starbucks, Google, Amazon. Like I'm so proud of the fact that they want to work with me, and having a marketing background, I really love it. I love coming up with creative ideas and how I can put an ad together. And I only do really integrated ads, so it will take up like a minute or 2 of a video, and I will always put in the title ad, so you can see right there that it's an ad. So it's up to you whether you want to watch it or not. You don't have to, but obviously I would love your support, because that is how I make a living. And if I can't make a living on this, I'll just have to get another day job back in marketing, which is fine. My hope is that this lasts at least while the kids are little, and then if I have to get, you know, a normal job after that, then so be it. But at least I would have had these like young years at home with the boys. Someone asked, have you ever found it difficult having 3 children? And yes, I have. You know, obviously you guys see like an edited version of my day, but some days are really hard, especially now they're all running around. Like if I go to the park with all 3 of them now, all 3 of them run in different directions, and it's like, it's quite stressful. And I found actually last summer that I was more staying in with the paddling pool and football or having friends over, just because I was so worried that I was going to lose one of them at the park. So yeah, it is difficult. I think I actually did find it easier when Jackson was a newborn and he was like in the baby carrier. Now that I have 3 running children and they all have opinions of what they want to eat and what they want to do, yeah, it's really difficult, totally difficult, but it's all worth it as well. Someone asked, would you ever travel to India? And we would absolutely love to visit India. It's definitely on our bucket list. It looks so amazing and beautiful and rich with culture. And 6% of my viewers on this channel are from India. So thank you so much for following along with my channel. Do you ever regret starting a YouTube channel? And I can honestly say that I don't. I often think how amazing it is, how it's completely changed everything. Like, it changed my life, it changed so many things, and my decision to make a channel on YouTube was a bit of a spur of the moment decision. I just thought, I really like watching people on YouTube, I'm gonna try and make a video, and then I uploaded it. I didn't tell anyone, like friends or family. I was embarrassed, and I just thought, it was literally a spur of the moment, like, publish. I was like, I'm gonna just do it. And then that one little decision to press publish has changed everything. So I'm like the opposite. I'm so, like, every day I'm so thankful that I decided to just go for it. And if you're thinking of starting a channel, I would say, like, just do it, just go for it. Sorry, he woke up halfway through his nap, just wanting to cuddle. So now we're having a cuddle on the couch. And he's gone back to sleep. So I'll just do a few more questions, and then I think I'll just go and like cuddle him all day. But someone asked about my skincare routine. I get that a lot. There's also been all kinds of crazy things online saying that I have like chemical face peels and stuff from my skin, and I don't have any of that. The thing that I do really like, I like Elemis products and dermalogical products. I think they're really, really good quality. I like to use things with glycolic in them as well, because that's really exfoliating. I think that's a really good tip. If you can try and exfoliate once a day, then your skin, like, you get rid of all that dead like stuff on your skin, and you get like that shiny skin coming through. So I do try and exfoliate as much as I can. But yeah, just get a good skincare routine. And because I'm older, I don't mind spending a little bit more money on skincare. And although those products are a bit more expensive, I use a very tiny amount of each one. So I try and make it last for like 6 months. Someone asked if I had to choose one mum hack that has made the biggest difference in my life, like only one, what would I choose? So I think the number one thing which really makes a difference to my day is getting everything ready the night before. The baby bag, the kids' uniforms, the kids' bags, the kids' snacks, like, get it all ready the night before, and you will totally have a smoother day. Someone also asked where I see us in 10 years time. So in 10 years time, I'll have an 18-year-old, a 15-year-old, and a 12-year-old, which is just crazy. So I'll have 3 grown boys. I imagine my food bill will be through the roof because teenage boys eat so much. I reckon we'll be in a different house, possibly. Although I love this house and I would be really happy here forever. Fraser is so into football now. I would just love a massive garden for all 3 of them to just run around, because if you're a mum of boys, you'll probably understand that having boys is like having dogs. They need to go out, they need to run. Someone also asked what was my favorite Christmas gift that I received growing up. So it's funny thinking about it now because of what I do online, and I obviously had 3 kids. So my favorite ever gift was a baby buggy and a baby to put in it. My mum said, like, I think I was 3, and she got me my first ever pram, and she said I spent the whole Christmas just walking it around. We had like a round coffee table, and she said I just went round and round and round all day with my baby. Yeah, and I think I'm gonna make this the last question because poor Jaxie. But yeah, someone asked what time do the boys go to bed. So Jackson normally goes to bed at about 6:45 or 7. Caleb normally goes to bed at 7. And then Fraser normally goes to bed at 7:30 or 8, which I know is probably early for an 8-year-old, but he's always so tired. And then sometimes he will get up at like 6:15 or 6:30, but that's fine because in the morning we're all pretty much like awake, and someone's going to wake up and wake everyone else up, so I'd rather just get them to bed at like a good hour, because in the evenings I like to do work or see Matt or relax, so we have always been quite strict with bedtime. Anyway, I think I'm going to end the video here. Thank you so much for watching. Wish Jackson well, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye guys.